taking place during a future date, one that is not tremendously far off from the current one, in an era referred to simply as the beginning of the following week. After death, there existed a fellow who went by the name of Joel, who possessed qualities and characteristics similar to that of you, the viewer, and I, the unseen narrator of this musical prologue. He was employed at the facility named Ismonic Institute. During his tenure, he could best be described as but another average, uninteresting cranium dressed in a red-hued suit that serves as a single-piece combination of a garment and a pair of trousers. His tenure performing janitorial duties at the establishment was quite commendable, the craft and performance of his work simply remarkable. Unfortunately, his employers, for whatever reason, had a great disdain for the fellow, ultimately deciding to launch him into the outer atmosphere onto a satellite shaped peculiarly like a bone. We, the aforementioned employers who tremendously despise our aforementioned employee, shall transmit moving pictures of shoddy, unprofessional quality to the satellite on which he is imprisoned. And we shall only use the absolute lowest quality moving pictures we can acquire. The sixth syllable commonly used for the practice of solfège in English-speaking countries, spoken thrice. He will be forced to remain in a seated position while simultaneously viewing every single one of the moving pictures in its entirety, after which we will analyze the effects the feature has on his mentality. The sixth syllable commonly used for the practice of solfège in English-speaking countries, spoken thrice. Please bear in mind the fact that Joel is incapable of commanding at what point the moving pictures shall commence or cease, as he removed said components, which can be described as having a special quality to them, in order to construct his robotic companions. Now the time has come to list the quartet of automatons who play a part in this program. The camera-like robot who hardly ever appears on screen, as his sole purpose is filming and broadcasting the program to you, the viewer. As such, he has no real purpose and only appears here in this musical prologue. The robot sharing a name with an English term for Romani or other groups with a traditionally itinerant lifestyle. Shaded in a hue that mixes the pre-existing hues blue and red, she is the sole female robot in the group of others she usually resides with, and most closely resembles some kind of serpentine. The red-hued robot who goes by the name of Thomas Bullhead Serval. Resembling a device that dispenses spheres of tooth-rotting gum, he is quite possibly the most charismatic and sane individual in the group he usually resides with. And finally, made from the finest gold, or most likely in reality a gold-painted plastic material, the robot named for the genus of bird, Corvus, in the family Corvidae. Befitting his appearance, his most prominent feature is the long beak resembling one found on a typical avian. His defining characteristics are his snide sarcasm and general buffoonery. Despite what is shown by the words here, his name is spelled with only one O. Additional O's have been included here to indicate the added enthusiastic inflection. If you are curious as to how our protagonist Joel is able to stay suitably nourished and able to inhale and exhale in space without dying, and miscellaneous factoids relating to the scientific body of knowledge. The sixth syllable commonly used for the practice of solfège in English-speaking countries, spoken thrice. Please repeat to yourself as many times as you like the phrase "it is little more than a television program, I greatly need to settle down," for the program lampooning moving pictures of substandard quality of the 3000th caliber.